Keep doing whatever you're doing. I have a vision of what it means to be American today. It involves the basic principles and ideals that are the backbone of this campaign and a detailed policy vision to go with it.
At 37, Vivek Ramaswamy is the youngest candidate in the GOP field. The political newcomer launched his bid for president in February, with stops here in New Hampshire, where he decried wokeism and called for an agenda to end affirmative action, saying the American system should reward ability over all else.
I think affirmative action has become a national cancer that teaches us to view each other on the basis of our skin color.
Forbes lists the biotech entrepreneur's net worth at more than $500 million, money that could give him a competitive advantage to break through in a crowded field. Though Ramaswamy says he's committed to the retail politics the First in the Nation primary is known for.
The people who met me today, they're going to see something different, and I see something different than we do talking to each other through a TV screen.
All in on the New Hampshire primary as a campaign feature, presidential candidate Steve Laffey, who says he's moved himself and his family to the Granite State for months to raise his profile in the GOP primary race.
We thought the Kennedys campaigned hard in the 60s. Every single person in New Hampshire will meet my family.
The former mayor of Cranston, Rhode Island, population 82,566. Laffey says he aims to pull off the same kind of fiscal turnaround in Washington that he engineered at City Hall. That vision includes an overhaul of Social Security and a callback to fiscal conservative policies not seen in a century.
And we're going to break through right here, right in New England, where I'm from.
Laffey says he's running as a populist conservative Republican who thinks the next president needs to be more willing to stand up to China. Also running an outsider campaign is former Montana Secretary of State Corey Stapleton.
We have a great country, but we have a lot of things that we can do better, and I'm running for president because of that.
Stapleton says he wants to shrink the size of the federal government, return power to the states, and try to unite the country.
Peace is something that you get through strength, not through isolationism. So whether at the international level, as a former naval officer, or here domestically, fiscally, we need to get our ducks in a row.
Now officially in the race as well, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson. Hutchinson has been calling for alternatives to former President Trump running in 2024, saying the GOP shouldn't be led by, quote, arrogance and revenge, calling for a return to what he describes as the principles of the Republican Party.
We need leaders who are problem solvers and not simply chaos creators.
And now, as one of only a handful of declared candidates on the GOP side, he says to expect to see him a lot in the First in the Nation primary state.
You're going to see me in New Hampshire. I'm going to be testing the waters here. I've had a very good response.
The 72-year-old served 8 years as Arkansas governor and was term limited to run again. He says his brand of republicanism is about restrained government and individual liberty.